I have talked about plug and play content on my channel a heck of a lot of times by now, and I really love those books that when your players are already on their way to your game and you're still making dinner and you still have to like eat that dinner afterwards, and then which only leaves you like 10 more minutes to prepare for the game. I love it to have a book to pick up, flip through, and then just read for 10 minutes and have an entire session ready for my players and give them a really good time for a couple of hours. This book promises to deliver on just that, and the value you get from it is some of the best I've ever seen. Hi there fellow roleplayers and game masters, my name is Mr. Tarask and this is Amazing Encounters and Places Volume 1. And I have to say, this is some of the best value I've ever seen in a book. The amount of stuff they promise to give to you for the price you are paying is uncanny. It's ridiculous and it's so freaking cool, and that is why it piqued my interest. I don't know how they're doing it, but I absolutely love it. It's going to be one of those books that protects you against adulthood. I mean, if you never have time to prepare or almost never have time to really prepare for your games, but you still want to run cool games, this is one of those books that can do that for you. Let me show you what I'm talking about. By the way, watch the trailer for yourself. Click the link in the description below to the Kickstarter to see if it's for you, to see if you want to back it. But the price isn't very high and the amount of content is really, really high. So I believe it's worth it, but let me show you why. First of all, the Amazing Encounters, for the hardcover alone, without a PDF, let's say you only want the hardcover, you are paying £25, which is about 30 euros and about like 33 or $34 or something like that on out of the top of my head. I do a lot of like conversion stuff because I'm from Europe and I work a lot with American people and British people, and so it's £25, it's about 30 bucks for Amazing Encounters and Places. Now, there's two reasons why I think it's cool. First of all, the art direction they went for is really cool. It reminds me kind of like a there's like board games kind of thing with the font they're doing. I really like the color schemes they're using for the maps and everything. It gives off like this very polished fantasy type thing. By the way, my voice is still a little bit sore because I've been sick for more than a week and I'm just getting better, so I'm back at making videos. Anyway, so I think the art direction they went for is really cool, but it is the amount of content actually that really does it for me. So what is Amazing Encounters and Places? Amazing Encounters and Places are 8 drop-in, I like that word, drop-in locations and their lore. So they're creating 8 drop-in locations and lore for those drop-in locations. Now, drop-in locations, they aren't just one-page things. There is a free download on their on this Kickstarter page, which I will show you in a bit, that has 46 pages for one location with monsters, the encounter, environmental stuff going on, the overarching plots, a summary, adventure IDs, scaling options, all that jazz tied into this one very cool location out of the 8 locations that are going to be in the book. They're going to have 2 locations for coast, forest, mountain and swamp areas, and 1 regional map for each location. 6 standalone encounters per location with at least 1 map per encounter. Now, hear me out here. That's a lot of maps. And these maps, I will scroll down in a bit, these maps look absolutely gorgeous. I don't know who creates them, haven't looked into it that deep, but they look really cool. The art direction is so bloody well done. It's just ridiculous. It's so cool. There is this color scheme going on. There's an overarching plot that tie all the encounters together, and then it gives you another final encounter, probably at level 20 or something, I don't know, with a map. So, maps are a thing in this book. To summarize, 56 encounters with 64 maps, 20 new creatures, 40 new stat blocks. Oh, and throw in some magic items in there. I mean, why not? Throw in some new magic items. Just put some new magic items in there. People love magic items. Just add to it. It all starts piling up for freaking £25. Now, I have to say, if you want the PDF With the hardcover, you're going to pay £35, which is more than $40. So it's a little bit more expensive if you want the PDF and the hardcover. But I like that they have the option to only have like the hardcover. So they don't send out the PDF to those people because they just wanted to pay a little bit less, which is a good opportunity for people to back it, to get the hardcover, but they don't have like the full funds for the hardcover. I think that is a really good idea from a marketing standpoint, because right now, with the whole situation in the world, people are backing Kickstarters as if their lives depend on it, and some people just might not have the £35, but they might be able to spend £25, which is a really good idea. But that aside, I'm going to open the free download in a bit, but I just wanted to say, like, by the way, it's Volume 1. They're already speaking about Volume 2. I want to write for Volume 2, by the way. And there is a free sample. I'm just scrolling right now, and this is like how it is all set up. So they have a map of the area. They have a suggested tier, who should play the area. They have a bunch of lore. They have the overarching plot, how it ties into this area, right? They have a bunch of monsters that are completely custom made, an encounter overview thing, but they also have scaled combat. The monsters will be scalable to like almost each tier of play, almost each level of play even. They will have monsters in different versions for different levels. So if you want to tackle this at level 4, or you want to tackle this at level 14, the book doesn't care, because the book has you covered. Also, as a dungeon master, you don't have to look through the book for a certain encounter that's good to put in front of your players. Like, say they're in a mountain environment and you're like, oh wow, I really need a level 6 mountain encounter, right? With this book, you just pick the encounter, and then you look at the level and which version of the encounter and which version of the map and which version of the area and whatever you're going to use. I really like that. I'm really curious on how exactly they're going to make this work for all the encounters. So I'm going to learn a lot from the person who creates this. It's just... I think it's very well done. So here are a bunch of the locations that it doesn't say a lot. Like, it's just... it's just the Sunken Shore coast, which has come across this long stretch of coast where pirates and monsters dwell, uncover their treasure, and become legends. So it's kind of like still teasing you. It's not giving away everything, which is of course cool. But look at the artwork. It's like my kind of thing. There's mountains, there's ghosts, there's beach, but there's not more to it, which means that there's a lot that's left to the imagination, which I absolutely love. Sometimes artwork just provides too much detail, and then you're just looking at the encounter and then looking at the artwork and looking at the encounter and looking at the artwork, and you're like, they're not the same thing. The encounter is completely different from the artwork, which I'm sometimes like annoyed with a little bit, but that's just my nitpicking. I'm just going over this. The Shining Grove Forest looks really cool with those, with all those like these high rocks and these, like this water going through the forest, like this rainforest type of thing. The Sky Isles is, by the way, the free download. Looks really cool. Reminds me of Guild Wars 2, actually, like with the jumping puzzles and everything. I don't know if you've ever played Guild Wars 2. If you've played Guild Wars 2, I've played it a heck of a ton, and the jumping puzzles were absolutely amazing. There's more to it. Look at this. There is more to it. And then a very important thing, if I get to scroll through, is lots of maps, by the way. Lots of maps. Here are the maps that are already done. There's still a bunch of maps coming, but here are the maps that are already finished. And they are all very beautiful and very well made. Now, so here are the tiers you can pack. For £15, you get a PDF only. £35, you get the hardcover plus the PDF. Now, they have something in between that for £25, but they don't show it right here. But which is amazing value. I just think it is amazing value for what you're getting. Don't forget, the free download is one area with their encounters and the plot and everything. It's 46 freaking pages long. I mean, it's big. There's going to be so much, and it just looks amazing. It looks so well written. It looks well built. It's a full PDF plus the hardcover, and very important to say, includes shard virtual tabletop version, and this is for everybody. Everybody gets the shard virtual tabletop virtual tabletop version, and as you might know, Shard Tabletop happens to be the sponsor of my channel at the moment. And I can offer you 20% discount to any subscription you take on Shard Tabletop, which is, to my opinion, honestly still the coolest and the best tabletop out there. I've used all of them. I've hated almost all of them, and I absolutely love Shard Tabletop for its simplicity, its low learning curve. It's just built to have everything where it needs to be and just sit down and play the freaking game. Shard Tabletop is amazing. I can give you 20% discount. Link is in the description below. Make sure you do. But I just want to talk really quickly about this. This is the free download of Amazing Encounters and Places. 46 pages, like I said. It's right here. 46 pages, right? 46 pages. And look at this. Look at the cover. There is even an index. By the way, a lot of these free downloads, for some reason, don't have an index. Because most of the time, there's like 5-6 pages to them. So they don't really need an index. This has 46 freaking pages. So it has an index, which is amazing. It is the Sky Isles. Look at this. This is one of those... It's kind of almost stereotypical fantasy thing going on, like floating islands, and it has villages and places to go, and you need to go from one to the other, and if you can fly, you're lucky, otherwise you have to use bridges or jump or whatever. There is the entire, like, they talk about it, look at this, look at how cool this is. There is this piece of artwork where this dude is not on it, and there's this piece of artwork where this dude is on it, which is really cool. They have their own creatures, like, for example, the winged leopard. Guess what that is for. There is the Phoenix Monk, which is kind of like an NPC with a challenge rating of a half, a challenge rating of 3, a challenge rating of, I have to peek really quick, 8, 9. There is all different types of versions of this Phoenix Monk, right? So it's really cool to have like different versions of one NPC slash monster slash person that wants to come and kill you. I think that's really cool to have as a dungeon master, because you can really use it. Something I don't really like about a lot of monster books is just like you need to pick the monster according to the level the party is, and with this you pick the monster not caring about what level the party is. You just pick the monster, and then you see what stat block of that monster works best for your party. There's also a master version, which is a level challenge rated 16. So there's different levels for that. There is an entire like overarching map that shows you all the main places you can go, but you can venture out very far away from that. There's more artwork. Look at this. There's like completely... I often complain about artwork that isn't consistent, right? But although this looks completely different from other artwork, it still fits in a way. And it's my humble opinion, but I'm here to give my humble opinion. So, I don't know. It fits, although it looks different. Some of it almost looks almost cartoony in a good way. Like really colorful polish. And this looks more like the boots on the ground, down to earth, gritty type of artwork, which I also really like. So it's all mapped out, like they said. It's going to be completely mapped out. Now this is like more of a region map, and if you scroll down, I'm not going to show the entire thing because I'm only at level, like some of these things are, there are challenges. So there is these blocks, like basically jumping puzzles in Guild Wars 2. There is an area that is more like a town. The list goes on, right? So there are zoomed in maps of the area to just like really have the encounters and put this map on the table. There's more. Look at this. It's goes straight out of Lord of the Rings or something like that. Absolutely love it. Another zoomed in map, and the list goes on and on. There's 46 pages. You can completely run this. If you like this, you can just download it for free and run this for your players. And if you then like it, back the Kickstarter. Now, You have to be quite fast about that because Kickstarter only has 7 days to go from recording this video, and I'm going to probably upload it in the same day. So 7 more days to go, 1 more week to go, and they're already sitting on 35,000 euros out of the 8,000 euros they were looking for. They're probably going to fund a heck of a lot more, and if you're interested in this, make sure to click the link in the description below. Check it out, and if it's for you, back it. If it's not for you, don't back it. And until next video, bye-bye.